No milk. ASMR.
How are you?
Episode 25. How are you?
I'm good.
You go. You start. What have you been up to?
It's been 2 weeks now, isn't it?
Yeah, so we had a week off last week.
Because of bank holiday.
Yeah, I'll just say it was because of the bank holiday. Yeah. Oh. Episode 25.
Take 3.
Take 3. Yeah, so 2 weeks off.
Yep. We're coming back strong.
We'll just say it's because of the bank holiday. It's actually because we were all busy.
Yeah. The studio's had a makeover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like what we've done with the place?
We made it look like my kitchen.
Green screen.
Yeah. Yes, what have you been doing in 2 weeks then?
A lot of work.
Yeah.
And trying to be consistent with training. Which I think I'm doing okay, but my diet's gone off plan since competition.
You did say you were going to carry on losing weight.
Yeah. I haven't checked my weight, but I know it's not going to be good.
Okay.
I've been, as I said, I had fish and chips before coming here.
Yeah.
So that's that in itself.
You trained today though. You only did
Barely.
one class. Yeah, you hardly trained actually.
I hardly did anything.
Yeah. We can announce, because Bernie's announced that you're.
Has he announced it?
He said it today in the class.
Did he?
So yeah.
Oh.
So you're switching it up, and you normally teach a Wednesday morning and a Friday morning.
Yep.
But you are now going to switch with another coach and teach a longer, more intense class.
It's not going to be longer.
Oh, is it not?
We tried, but unfortunately we can't.
Ah.
There's restrictions.
Okay, not longer.
Yeah.
But so you're going to do like a more intense class on a Sunday, no gi.
Yeah. Because originally we were meant to try and make one of the morning classes more intense.
Yeah, but it just can't happen.
No, people
Yeah.
got to go to work. People are too tired at 6:30 in the morning. So there's a couple of people who come to the morning classes that aren't too happy
Yeah.
that I won't be doing it. But
It is what it is. You're needed in other places.
yeah,
Your expertise are needed elsewhere.
hopefully.
Give me a pause.
Pause.
Hola. Hola. Guacamole.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Yeah, so the Wednesdays, I also think only, I think I can do a lot more on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But for how busy I am with work, it's going to make my week a lot easier. Because I'm trying to
Yeah, you
plan
can just
everything
go to
for
work.
yeah.
So you've only got to do one early morning now.
At the end of the week,
Yeah.
which usually I've got all my stuff done by then.
Yeah, that's just good. And Friday's in the gi anyway, so it's a bit different. So
I think it'd be beneficial for the other coach because he already teaches Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So it means he can teach that on the Wednesday potentially.
And then
carry
continue
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think overall, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's what we were lacking at Newbury was I don't really want to. I don't know if we'd label it like a comp class.
Yeah.
But it's more just like a.
Being able to push yourself a bit more.
like an intense.
Yeah.
You know, I think you said you're going to do like the last Sunday of every month be like a big open mat.
Yeah.
Which means that also you'll get a lot more people in on that day as well. Because then it's like if you can't make a Thursday evening open mat, you can do a Sunday.
There's potentially opportunity for a Sunday, and like talking to people and stuff like that. People tend to. I think people are comfortable just talking to me about all sorts of stuff, but it's
like that wart I told you about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he getting good?
It's okay. The cream that you give me is not. It stings, but
yeah.
That's
meant to. It helps it. Yeah, it kills it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if it stings, as long as it doesn't get worse and go really red, then you're alright.
I'll show you after.
Alright. But yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. Not this Sunday, as in tomorrow, but next Sunday will be my first Sunday.
Yeah, I might see if I can. Not really.
I had a couple of people at the start of the class come to me as well. It was just like, oh, I hear you're taking the Sundays. So I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, I'm going to try to come into that. I was like, okay, nice.
I might try. I'll try and pop in for a couple of them.
Yeah, because the main thing
it's kind of good for me because it means that if I can't train a Saturday, at least I can come and train a Sunday, which I know I could now, but
most of the time people have Sundays off, but they try and do family stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
I know John was saying like he's going to try and do them, but with his new job he has to settle in a bit and potentially get the Sunday off. But and with like a good example of how we're going to teach it is similar to like what me and my brother did through lockdown, and he always says that was the best training he's ever had, was during lockdown what we did. So we're going to try and keep it that sort of style.
No,
I think it's going to be good.
It'll be good. I think it's what Newbury needed in the no gi, because like gi we're way more than covered with classes and knowledge, but and we coloured belts have a class on a Monday which is more intense for gi, so I just think no gi now it's like tick to box, so I think
it's a popular thing is no gi,
and there's an MMA class before it, and so those MMA guys should really now take advantage of that and then be pushing themselves in that extra no-gi grappling as well. So it's good.
It's going to be interesting, and hopefully it can get a few people come in and be a successful class.
Nice.
As long as people make progress, that's all I care about.
In life in general.
Yes, not just jiu-jitsu.
So
how are you?
Oh, well, I was going to say, what else have you been up to? No, you've covered it really, haven't you? You have been
literally just
training.
And training.
Same. Yeah, I've been flat out at work. Unbelievable. We always get like this in this time of year though.
When the sun comes out, people want stuff done.
Yeah, exactly.
Gardens
like, can we do
extensions.
it? Can we do it next week? So work. I haven't even really been training as much as I normally do.
No.
Because I haven't done a Tuesday in ages. I haven't done a Friday in ages. I've just been like Monday, Thursday, Saturday. But it's good. I feel like I was literally thinking about it the other night. It might have been after the Thursday open mat. I was like, I'm just really enjoying training at the moment.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I've just like at all of my roles. I just like I'm getting something out of it. Even if it's like trial class, white belt, or like black belt, brown belt, or whatever, I feel like I'm really actually
gaining something
from it now.
Do you think that's also because you haven't had enough time to train as regularly as you have done? You've focused more on the time that you do have.
Yeah, so when I was training loads, I was training, so I've been doing like lasso guard in the gi for ages now. But that was when I was training like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday sort of thing. Now I've dropped. I haven't really, but I'm sort of just like literally like rolling on like a Thursday. I'm just rolling now. I'm just like let's try a bit of everything. So and I feel like my cardio is getting good. Like I've pretty much not sitting out of many rounds. Do you know what I mean? But so it's good actually.
Is there anything in particular you've been focusing on?
Top, and I probably start 50% of my rolls from standing now.
Nice.
So
just getting comfortable in those situations.
Not even necessarily like I wouldn't say that I really want to be like, I want a wrestling game, because I've said before my views on that, but I just, for people that do want that, I want to just have like a solid base, or like take down defense and stuff like that, or like
a good counter.
Yeah, counters, or like if they take me down or whatever, then I want to push. And one of the things I've been doing is like getting myself like into headquarters. So if they pull guard or whatever, I'm like, my main focus is like collar, knee, into headquarters, and then X pass.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah,
pass.
I love it. Yeah, I used to try it, and then Bernie showed some, like, I remember doing it about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe, yeah, probably about 2 years ago, because I think I was still white belt, and then we went over it recently. Well, Bernie went over it again recently, and he just showed some little other details that maybe he probably did teach the first time round, but I didn't take note of, if you know what I mean. And then now it's just like, yeah, I love it. Like when people trying to get close guard or whatever, I will literally purposely, like, I'll do a little pass into headquarters, and then I'm like, yep, cool, and then set it up and go. And I think, like, how easily you used to get it on me all the time was what I was like, yeah, this works. Like,
it's so effective.
Yeah,
like, I think because it's one of those positions like headquarters, people start trying to off balance you or try and hunker down, and then just switch up to that, like, knee control, and then kick your leg right back and just pass. Like,
yeah, that's what
effective.
Someone asked me the other day, they were like, oh, how are you getting it so effective? But what I said was, I think one of the biggest things is literally getting that leg so far out of the situation, like as high as you can get it, because they will try and hook.
Leg across.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like unstoppable when you're like,
when you're hitting it.
Yeah. And so yeah, doing that, but I'm trying to work on that position, but when they grab your ankle.
Okay.
So, like, for YouTube, they can probably work it out, but I'm trying to picture how to explain.
The ankle that they've got, like a...
So the ankle that's between their legs in the headquarter, people tend to reach
catch
and
it and
grab it and hold on to it. Yeah, or normally, could be wrong, but normally they're trying to, like, set something up, maybe like a De La Riva or something from there. And so that's my thing now from that, is like, right, if they've got a really strong grip there, how can I break it? What can I do? And one of the things I've been working on is doing we went over it before, you know, where you'll switch your weight down to that side that they've got, almost pin their knee. They'll sort of like be like, oh, get a bit stuck, pull their hand out, then switch it back up again to the headquarters, and then do the pass, sort of stuff like that. So yeah,
you can do a long step from there as well.
Yes, I've never really been that good at long step.
It's like apart from the X guard, I absolutely love it.
It works well when you get to that position and they off balance you and you sort of fall over a bit, don't you? Because then you can just like fall to the hip and then do the long step. But
one of the key things is keeping your head connected to their chest, because if you do the long step but don't have that upper connection, when you fall they can just drive into you. It makes it really difficult.
Yeah, I know what
Whereas
you mean.
when you fall and you connect that head, it's hard for them to bring that far shoulder up.
That's something else I've been working on. Not with everyone, but like a few people, like Matt, he loves it. But I listened to a podcast the other day with what?
Another podcast?
Yeah.
Not ours?
No.
Shit.
Well, unless Roy Dean was on our podcast, but I don't remember it. One day.
Potentially one day.
But yeah, I was listening to a Roy Dean podcast, and obviously he's the guy that has sort of developed this syllabus, really, hasn't he, for belt levels in jiu-jitsu. And one of the things he was saying is, like, when you want to progress from your blue into your purple belt, is like you neglect your like head and stuff like that. So I've been trying to get my head involved more, like pressuring through with it. Like when we do the stand-up stuff, I'll collar tie you and then like
drive the head in
and stuff, make it uncomfortable. So I've been doing a lot of that. Yeah, just little details, really, trying to
making slight adjustments to the game.
Just trying to add little bits and pieces. Like, well, we'll go on to it, but obviously I was supposed to I was supposed to compete. You did compete. I didn't make it there. I wasn't annoyed that I didn't compete. I was annoyed because I wanted to test these little details that I've been working on.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to aim for...
Were you annoyed about paying for something that you didn't do as well?
Yeah. I won't go into the story really as to why I didn't go, but effectively it was to do with work, and I would have, for the 60 quid that I paid to do that, I would have lost a lot more money. So had to go to work. But yeah, I wasn't really annoyed that I didn't turn up. I was just annoyed. I was like, I've wanted to test
what you've been doing,
what I've been doing, yeah. Because in the gym it's all well and good, but people get wise really quickly.
Yeah.
So like my lasso guard hardly works in the gym anymore now.
But if you can continue to do it and get it to work again, then you know against someone.
Yeah, that's true. So when it's what? So if someone's wise to something and you still get it. Yeah. No, I know.
So someone who's not wise to it, it should be easy.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so let's go on to it. So you competed at Reorg.
Yeah. First time at brown belt. Heavyweight division.
Did you yeah, of course you competed at purple, yeah.
Yeah.
But quite early on.
Yeah, towards the end I didn't.
No.
The last time I competed before Reorg was Matt Fryer.
Yeah, so because I was white belt then.
Was you?
Yeah. Because I competed the same day, but I was white belt.
You did, yeah.
And then I got my blue belt like quite quickly afterwards, but
yeah, that was the last time I competed.
And then so if I've been...
That's over like 2 years ago.
No. Oh, yeah. It might be. It might be about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in fact, it would be 2 years in July, because I know it was July.
So the last time I competed was a super fight nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was interesting and fun.
Yeah. So you got a silver medal in an absolutely stacked division.
Yeah, there was so
how many was it? It was like 20.
I think it was like, it must have been close to 20.
Yeah,
it was either 20 or just 2.
Yeah, it's a bit hazy. Like the numbers. Yeah,
numbers don't really matter.
No.
What matters is I got silver.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but a massive fight up. No, my one fight that I had, I ended up losing by 2 points, which was just I think I defended a triangle that he shot.
Oh yeah, there was like a bit of a scramble with a pass involved, but it was sort of not really a pass. He shot
a triangle, which then I sort of went down to my knees to start trying to escape it, and like put my hand in and stuff like that. But then he ended up sweeping me over with it into like a mounted triangle. But then I quickly then reversed it back, and that's where he got the 2 points for the sweep.
Yeah,
I managed to get a point for advantage point for a straight ankle lock, I think it was. But that was it really. I was just trying to deal with this De La Riva, which you would have thought through training with my brother, which he used to do De La Riva all the time, I'd be wise to it, but his grips were just so strong. I was just like, there's nothing really I can do. Almost got a pass, but he got his knee back in last second.
No, it was good. I watched it live because Matt FaceTimed me. So
did he?
Yeah. I know. Was it yours? Maybe.
I think you just recorded mine.
I can't remember. It's like 2 weeks
Ross's,
ago. Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Ross's or John's.
But it looked good though. Yeah, I saw it, and I think it was just like one of those unfortunate matches where
I was expecting him to stay standing.
Yeah,
like I thought it was going to be a bit of wrestling or judo to start off with, but he pulled straight into De La Riva.
Yeah, which doesn't really suit your game, really. Whereas in like normally,
I was expecting it to be a bit of stand up
because you'd been practicing some stand up and takedowns and that for the build up to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. At least you've still got there, competed.
It was a good time.
Is this like compete. A new? So you're doing Reading, aren't you?
Yeah, I haven't signed up yet, but
no,
I will.
I've said it. I know I've said I'll compete before, but 100% I'll do Reading.
The only annoying thing is because like when I sign up, it asks for your current weight. It doesn't ask you to sign up for a weight division. Which was really weird.
But it doesn't matter because you could just lie about your current weight. Just say you're the next weight down. They're not going to know, are they?
No.
Beep, fuck you, Reading.
Then they listen to this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do Reading. I don't know if to do the same thing about weight because I was so close to the weight category below.
I want to go to the middle heavy,
which is
88 maybe.
Yeah.
But
you'd want to.
I would weighed in at like with my gi on like 91 or 92.
Yeah. Are you going to try and cut down to that weight soon though? Because it's next month, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start working hard soon.
Yeah, because really you don't want to cut. Like you'd want to cut down now and then just train at that weight, as close to that weight as you can.
The plan is to start getting back on like a routine of eating well and like training and going for jogs as of Monday.
Starting again from now.
Monday. But leading up to that comp, I did go for a jog. Like I hadn't
just
been
one?
For ages. I did like 3 or 4 in a row.
Oh right.
For the days, but I got out of the house, started going down the road, and was like, I was planning on doing this one, which takes about 15 minutes.
Got out the front door and you're like, fucking, I'm fat.
I was like, I'll do this 15-minute one, and I always have these battles in my head, and then I was just like, why the fuck are you putting all that effort just to do 15 minutes? Just go do the long one. I know I've got a couple of routes that like from growing up, I just know all the public footpaths and tracks everywhere, and I was just like, no, fuck it, I'll do the other one, because there's no shortcut for that. I have to do it.
Yeah.
So I end up going for a jog for about, I think, 40 minutes to an hour, and I was just like, this feels so good.
When I can't remember what it was for, but I started running and I was doing the same thing. I was like, literally, I hadn't ran in years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to do 5k.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just do 5k and however long it takes me. Pardon me. And so that's what I did, but I never went any more than 5k.
No.
I just
kept doing that.
Ran 5k and then
improving the time.
Just trying to improve the time, and then I was like, at least I know then. So yeah, I sort of did the same thing. It's like I can't really be bothered to like build up to stuff.
No.
So
just go for it there and then. But it's weird, like when you are feeling crap or having a bad day, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is, like jiu-jitsu or going for like a hard jog or anything like that, when you work out to the point where you're just absolutely like killing yourself, you feel so good afterwards.
Yeah. But do you think that helps with cardio in jiu-jitsu?
What, jogging?
Yeah. I've looked into
must do
it
to a certain point.
Yeah, I looked into it before, like I think when I first came back training at Newbury, I was like, I need to know like what's the secret ingredient to having a good gas tank, because I remember coming back and I was like, what, like doing 2 rolls and open mat, if you know what I mean, like gassed. But everyone, all the guys that are training full time and that are just like, if you want a good gas tank in jiu-jitsu, like roll hard rounds, like Shark Tank rounds, sort of stuff like that. I think people talk about like HIIT workouts, which are like quite intense, like
HIIT training, like circuits and that.
But it's like intense for short periods of time. I remember when I was,
you do like 30 seconds on and then like 20 seconds off or something.
When I was
me and Ashley used to do that.
Yeah, that Budo comp, Tommy, a friend that trains, he like introduced me to like Tabata rounds.
Yeah.
And we used to go to the gym and he'd be like, I can't remember what I have to do, like the battle ropes or like on the rowing machine.
Non-stop.
But like,
you just can't.
I can't remember the timings now, but it'd be like 20 seconds absolutely flat out, then like 30 seconds but slow it down, then like 20 seconds like that, and I think that helped. But I still remember, I'm trying to keep it linked to competing, but I still remember at that comp, and I watched the footage back now, and I was absolutely fried towards the end of it. Like there was a point where I'm like struggling to get up, to stand up, and he's like, the guy's like, because obviously on mine it was like sub reset, and the coach, he's the, what's his name, he's Paul BJJ, I forget his name. Anyway.
Oh, Pete Robson.
Yeah, was like, he's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah. But yeah, so this will be good for like, interest in your Sunday class. If people are consistent with it, is it going to help because that's the kind of idea of it, is to be like,
it will 100% help.
Yeah, to be like performing at your performing well at your physical worst, if you know what I mean.
And I think everyone looks for like a cheat code in like progressing fast and things, and especially in jiu-jitsu there isn't such thing. It's just dedication and training.
Yeah, you have all these guys that are like, there's that guy, isn't there, on Instagram, I don't know what his name is, but he's like HPU coaching, and he did white belt to black belt, I think, in like less than 4 years or something like that. And then he's like selling programs, you know, like, oh, you can do it too, like, but he did nothing else. He quit his job and was literally like, yeah, I'm going to be black belt. And it's sort of like a scam, isn't it, to try and sell the dream to other people, like 30-year-old dads
doing these days, though. Subscription services for courses. And
so subscribe to Jude Idiots. We'll get you to black belt in 2 months. Easy.
Or just come to the Sunday morning classes.
But yeah, there's just no quick. That's the whole of jiu-jitsu, though, isn't it? You know, it's like.
Do you think that's why some people choose no gi over gi? Because they can use their athleticism or less reps and.
Now, I'm making loads of noise, aren't I? I can't sit still. I think now, yes. I hate the whole thing about like, is the gi dying?
It's never gonna die.
It's never gonna die, but it just doesn't seem to be taken
as seriously
now in like comp world as no gi, and no one's really making a name for themselves in gi.
Unless you know the gi scene, like Tyne and Delpra and Kolabate and all that lot.
Yeah, but those guys,
they do no gi.
Yeah, like Kolabate's.
Which is interesting because all Tynan's matches, as I'm aware of, that he's competed doing no gi, he's won, like all the super fight ones.
Yeah,
and he's always been a gi guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so competing, keep it on track.
Yeah,
my brain is working on overtime. How did you handle, because obviously you've said in the past you don't like competing, you don't like
absolutely hate it.
It's not necessarily the competing though, is it? It's the atmosphere build up, controlling the nerves, like all of that stuff. So how was this time?
Pretty relaxed. Went down the day before. Probably should have got to bed a bit earlier. Me and Bernie was at the bath till like 1 or 1.
I rang you, didn't I? Like,
was it in the morning?
Yeah, I rang you at like 8:30 or 9 in the morning, and I was like, bearing in mind, there's me thinking you'll be like having to weigh in or whatever.
Yeah.
And you answer the phone, you're like, hello. I was like, are you not competing today? You're like, yeah, I'm just in bed. I was like, oh, okay.
And I didn't have like probably the best of breakfasts.
What did you have?
I had like 2 sausages, like 4 bits of bacon, like 3 hash browns and stuff.
That's alright.
I was just like load myself up.
To be fair, I can't eat before I compete. I cannot.
Usually I'm so nervous about like missing weight or like my scales being wrong.
See, mine, I couldn't even be bothered at. If I went all the way to competition, they were like, oh, sorry mate, you're overweight. I'd be like, oh, fuck for that. So, but I just can't, like, my nerves are so bad, I just can't eat.
No. I just get paranoid my scales haven't worked properly.
Yeah.
And I'm actually like 2 or 3 kg heavier, so I always make sure I'm underweight. And apart from one competition where I was just dehydrated and I only just made weight. But yeah, that, and Harry came to support, and it was the first time, like, I said to him, like, come up to the training area, like, just walk me through like a warm-up, because that's the one thing I'm terrible at comps, is warming up.
Yeah.
So me, him and Archie went up. Me and Archie got some flow rounds in, and then Harry was like, right, do this, then do that, and like, now stay warm, stay on your feet, like, get your hoodie on. And if it wasn't, I know for sure, if it wasn't for Harry, that guy would have won by a lot more points, just because he got me prepped and ready.
I remember when we did that one in Poole, like me and you just rolled for ages because you knew I was really nervous. So you were like, "Oh, just come and roll."
Get your mind out of it.
So we literally just rolled for like probably like 20 minutes, half an hour, just solidly like rolling. But yeah, again, I think that's what, because then your
body's all warmed up, ready for it.
Yeah, we were still going, and then they were like, "Oh, Mason to blue corner or whatever," and I was like, "Oh." Do you know what I mean? Literally walked straight on. So it was, that was good. But I think someone was talking to me the other day. I don't know who it was, but someone was talking to me the other day about they reckon the best thing to do for a comp, and what most comps should allow, is a bigger warm-up area, because you should really have like 1 or 2 like actual rounds with someone before, because otherwise you get that like spike of, you can do a few press-ups and a flow round and stuff like that, but if your heart rate's not really going, you'll get that mid-match, and I've had it, they say the adrenaline dump, but it is where you're like, all of a sudden you're like, fucking, I'm competing, your heart's like do, and then you just like die, you're like, your body just goes into like shutdown. So warming up is mad important,
definitely,
like really getting a sweat on, which I never really considered before, if you know what I mean.
But the other guys, they did pretty well. Like, proud of him. Like Ross, it was his first time competing. He versed, I think, someone like 30 kg heavier than him.
Yeah,
or like 20.
We were talking about it the other day, wasn't we? I think he was
big dude.
He was 99, and the other guy weighed in at 136 kilos or something like that.
They were fucking big dudes. Like, I did not want to be Ross in that situation. But
I mean,
fair play to him to do both his matches. Came off with an injury, but he seems to be alright now. Like, I think.
I think the injury's
luckily
okay.
Not too bad.
He's just had a few other health problems leading up to the comp and after the comp that means he hasn't trained since.
And John Vickers,
I don't think,
beat his guy and then lost to him afterwards.
Yeah, that was a strange one. So I watched that one. Yeah, he beat him on points, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the first one, and then in the final had to go against him again. So he's still got.
From memory, like, I think he just got stuck.
I think the guy
north south
side control or something, and he was just pinned there. But he hadn't had that long of a rest.
No.
Fair. The other guy hadn't either. But when you've had a competitive round and then someone pins you in side control, like, I remember I went to
just knackered.
I went to a comp, and the guy got me in close guard, and I've tried for ages to get out, and I just couldn't break this guy's close guard. Like, I was trying everything, and in the end I just remember like going down to my knees, like just knackered, like nothing left to give. So that's just one of those things, really. But like, both those guys.
Then
Archie did well.
Bro, like, he was really nervous leading up to it, and then his first match, like, he just got into his like rubber guard stuff and started getting really comfortable and managed to get a submission. I think it was armbar.
It was a really good transition, because he did like rubber guard. I can't ever,
because the guy managed to get out but then end up getting put straight back into it.
Yeah, I can't ever remember what that. It's got a name that Archie would tell me straight away. It's like a Hindu. No,
Hindu.
No, it's like a. It's like a thing. It's a submission from rubber guard, basically, where it's like, I could be completely wrong here, so correct me if I'm wrong, Archie, but I'm pretty sure you try and create like a triangle around their neck with your leg and both your arms.
Yeah.
So he was trying to set that up, and I thought he was going to get it at one point, but the guy then sort of like postured out, and then I think he tried to get a normal triangle, and then I think there was a bit of scramble. He got him back into rubber guard again, and then the guy tried to scramble out, and Archie just like snapped on an armbar. Quite really, like the whole sequence of his, like, you wouldn't have known he was nervous for a comp. Like, the way you're watching him, it was like sequence. There wasn't like a oh shit moment, if you know what I mean, which was good. He did get flying armbarred in the final, but
It was really quick and fair play.
Yeah, I went on that guy's Instagram afterwards, and he literally drills that all the time.
Yeah.
Gi and no gi, just drills
So
flying
you're saying
over.
drilling a technique actually works? Rather than ecological training.
We are a we don't have views here, John. we are
we accept everything.
Yeah, well, I can't think what the word is, but yeah, drillers makes killers. Yeah, but yeah, you got flying armbar in the final, but fair play. Yeah, like I say, I think that guy's like #1 blue belt in, because me and Archie are in the same weight category, and I'm pretty sure in our weight category he's like #1 in the country or something like that. So and he knew what he wanted, and that's the thing. If you go in, if you drill something and you go in with a game plan and you're level-headed, you can tell from the moment it started he was waiting for a one grip. The way I think he got a really good collar tie, and he like outside gripped Archie's wrist, and like you just knew, like not at the time you didn't know, but now when you look at it back, you're like, yeah, you can see he knew what he wanted, and yeah, it was good. I think that was it. And then obviously you.
Archie, his first competitor, threw Archie off completely because he saw him. This guy saw Archie and was just like, I think I'm versing you first, like I follow you on TikTok and stuff like this, and that threw Archie completely off because the guy was being nice and stuff. And then as he said that, I was just like, oh yeah, and shook my hand, and then I was just like, I'm your second competitor. I'm your second match.
Yeah.
Because like Archie's weight division's like really low.
Yes, I think not feather. Is he feather? Am I feather? -70.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, but what also was funny is that leading up to the comp, you changed your picture on Smooth Comp to a picture of me.
Yeah.
So everyone would have just been like, "Who's this little skinny guy?"
When we got there, they wanted us to see our name, and then they wanted to see our Smooth Comp profile to like sign in. And I was like, "Oh fuck, are they gonna see my picture and it not be who they're looking at?"
Imagine if I'd have just been stood next to you.
Yeah. They're just really confused.
Yeah.
But no, overall it was a good day. I still don't love competing.
No.
I like to test myself. I much prefer going to support others. As we went up to Manchester, that also happened.
Yes, so that was recent. So Cameron Wakeford, a guy that trains at Newbury, and he trains a lot of Baker Boys.
Yeah.
He got, I suppose, invited or accepted into that Ikigai $5,000 blue belt comp.
Yep.
Yeah, quite a good team went up to watch him.
There was, I think, about 13 of us.
Didn't go the way obviously he would have wanted, I guess. You know, everyone wants to go and win when you're in a comp like that, but to look at it in the best way is that, you know, there were 16 blue belts in the country selected for that, and he's one of them 16, and so it shows the level of what he's getting to now. He's got a lot of super fights coming up, and you're not going to win them all.
No.
So
that's the thing.
You know,
like if the person he fought was a lot bigger. Not to say he's the Giant Slayer.
Yeah, that was the thing. But it was 16 blue belts under 100 kg.
Yeah.
So,
but their weigh-in was the day before. So if someone was right close to 100, there's potentially on the day even heavier.
That's it. Yeah.
Cam's like 80 something, I think.
Yeah. I would have said, looking at the guys, I think Cameron was probably one of the lightest there, because I don't think
there was another guy who fought someone who I can't remember the guy's name, but he was definitely the lightest. Yeah,
that's what I mean though, as in like Cameron, there was probably as in he was probably on the lighter scale of who was competing that day. I watched a few of the videos, and like the first match was like two massive heavyweights like slamming each other around, you know, onto the deck sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
the start of his fight, he did really well. Like passing the guy's guard, no problem.
Yeah, he only lost on decision, didn't he?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he didn't get subbed or anything. But
it was just the second half of the fight. The guy managed to sort of get on top and started just pressuring his weight down and just made it really difficult for him.
Yeah.
There was a couple of times where the guy got a couple of darces on Cameron.
And he got out?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, but as in like...
And there was one, I think the guy tried going for a scarf hold.
Yeah.
And Cam just put his finger up and was like, no, not happening.
Yeah. No, that's good. Exactly.
Overall, it was a good day.
Yeah.
And we all enjoyed it. They all went out partying afterwards in Manchester. Me and John just drove back.
Yeah.
Or John drove me back. Saying that, Oldham, is that where it was?
Yeah, Oldham, yeah.
That place is the weirdest fucking place I've ever been to. Like,
it's not quite Manchester, is it?
It's just outside. So I got a train to Manchester.
Right.
And then I had to get a tram from Manchester to Oldham. But
right.
There was works on the track, so I got off on the edge of Oldham. And like there was like 5 guys on scramblers with no number plates, no helmets or anything, like popping wheelies, going up the curbs, going past. Then there was this random dude who had one of those bags that has like the glass front to it.
Oh yeah.
And he was just walking along with a jerry can and this monkey inside the bag, and I was just like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
And then some old lady's asking me if the bus stops here, and I was just like, oh no, sorry, I don't know, I think it's over there.
I'm from Berkshire, dear.
Yeah. And then her son also asked me a question saying, did you say it's over this way? I was like, I don't know, mate, like I've never been here
Did you
before.
travel up on your own then?
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
So then John picked me up, took me over to I think it's Upper Mill where the actual event was.
Yeah.
Really nice little town. We went for some food, watched the event, and then headed straight back.
I think he's he's quite good actually. I'm a bit annoyed because he's released one now for... He's put it on Instagram the other day. It was like for the dads.
Oh yeah.
Basically, it's like over 30 blue belt dads.
Yeah.
And I was like, done. I'm all in. But I think I'll be literally a couple of months off of being 30.
Oh really?
So I was like, But yeah, so that would have been good.
Yeah.
Time to shine.
One thing people are gonna maybe be a bit confused with is why we got sombreros on.
I just wasn't going to mention it.
No.
Just
leave it.
Yeah. And now we're part of the cartel and we have to wear sombreros.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Hola.
What was he saying? So
what part of like competitions is it that makes you nervous? Because you tend to get a lot of nerves, like from what I remember from the super fight.
Yeah. I don't know. Because
is it the atmosphere, the pressure?
Like, I don't care. Like, I don't have... The way I put it now is like, if I go and compete now, like, let's say I'm nearly 30, I've just had a kid, I've like running the company, I'm flat out all the time working. That is just purely a thing to me of like, go and test yourself. Yeah. So like, I do not care about losing. I just don't. I don't know what it is. It's hard to explain, but I think it's like more of like just people. Like having loads of people around and just like I'm not the sort of person to have like eyes on me, if you know what I mean.
You don't like the eyes on you.
Yeah, I'll just be like doing my own thing sort of.
I think that's similar to me. Like I've never been one for like saying like, oh yeah, I own a business, or I do this, I do that. It's always been just kept quiet, never put my face to anything, and then to go out and step onto mats and pick yourself out there and be like, this is me, I'm trying to win this.
That's
sort of thing. It's just, I don't enjoy it.
So I don't really know why I get so nervous, but I think it's just part of like the problems that I have anyway, and so it just gets heightened by the thought of that.
I think for me sometimes it's the noise, like there's loads of people, the noise. I'm not one for like busy, noisy places.
Same.
I say that I was in a concert in Italy, which was really busy, and noisy, but I think it was a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Whereas like there's not so much aggression, but
like
tension.
it's like the shouting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're competing and like people are shouting like literally not at you and at your competitor sort of thing, and it's just like, well, okay.
Whereas like I'm just chill, like it's just like whatever.
Yeah,
that's why I think I'm so good at just being able to turn up to a random club and being able to train comfortably.
See, I think that would help me.
Yeah.
Because I even get a little bit like
nervous,
twitchy when either people I don't know come, say like a blue, purple, whatever belt comes from another gym to ours, and then they'll like ask me to roll, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. But like, because I have like a chilled like energy where I'll be like just mess around with people, or like I'll roll, but I'm like, I don't go 100%.
No.
I don't go 100%. And so like when someone comes from another gym or you compete or whatever, and then they're like they're going 100%,
they want it,
and I'm like, I can't match it, and so I'm a bit like,
chill, bro.
But then I get a little bit like butterfly-y, because I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna have to try and pick it up here, if you know what I mean. I kind of don't want to, because I've been at work all day and I'm just here on a Thursday night, like. So but the comp nerves is, I think it's just more like the unknown. Like it's something you don't do every time, like you don't do it every day. Like I'm sure if we were to speak to the likes of like Cam and other competitors and stuff, like their nerves are probably either getting less and less for comps, or
but that's the thing, as soon as you step on the mat, I'm not sure about you, but I know when I step on the mat to fight someone, I forget about everything going on around me. Like you ignore the crowds, you don't fully ignore the referee, but you don't really hear anything else.
And it's like just tunnel vision. I remember and
the time goes so quick.
That super fight, I remember like you were shouting, Bernie was there shouting, like other people were there, but I honestly couldn't hear a thing.
I had like Brooke sat next to me saying, like what was it she said? There was something to do with like, is he doing okay? I was like, yeah, he's comfortable.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I've watched that bit back, and it's like
he was on top or something.
He was on top, and I was like working my way under to like a deep half or something to get like into the legs. And obviously it looks like from an outsider they're like, oh, he's underneath,
he's up.
And I remember Brooke was like, oh no, he's not doing well, and you're just like, no, he's good. And then I think fine. I like pop out the back and like straight foot like it. But it does tunnel vision you, like, and you forget that. You need to tell yourself that, because you're like, oh, as soon as I step on the mat, I'll be good. Like literally, the world goes quiet almost. But and I think another thing for my nerves is like injuries.
You don't want to get injured, because then work, it's just gonna be hell.
I remember I think it was the Surrey Open,
and this is another reason why people need to start paying this subscription for this podcast.
Why?
So then we don't have to work.
Yes.
You don't have to be on a building site anymore.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
We can just buy a studio. We can record once a week.
Yeah, twice a week maybe.
Twice a week. Yeah, if you even want. Yeah.
Listen,
if you want to hear us twice a week,
if you subscribe to my OnlyFans at $5.99 a month, I will.
Mine's $6.99.
Yeah, I know, but you pay for the extra inch. I will record a podcast every day. So
we're naked. We're in lingerie.
We can be in discussions.
Depends what they're willing to pay.
Yeah.
An X-rated podcast.
They'll probably pay me to put my clothes back on.
X-rated podcast for $5.99 a month.
Yeah, done.
Sorted.
Yeah. Basically, nerves about getting injured. I did the Surrey Open, and I don't know how it happened, but the guy got me into an armbar position, and I tapped I think it was like a Choi bar style, where he ended up rolling to belly down, I tapped as it was going through the motion, because I was like, if he commits to this, I'm done. But nothing happened. Like, he didn't stop because, you know, it's quick. And I remember my arm just went crack, and I was like, done. Like, bad. You know, when you're like, oh, this is bad. Don't think it was as bad as when I actually did break my arm, but
that's another story.
Or break. Well, I didn't break my arm. Broke my elbow. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, the nerves of like, you want to be like good, like you want to go at it, but you're like, I've got a lot to protect here of like not getting injured. So
because it affects the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's it. And unfortunately, jiu-jitsu doesn't pay the bills.
No, and we're not trying to be the best in the world or the best at our belt level.
No, that's it.
We're doing it for fun, as a hobby.
Yeah.
And if we get good doing it, then great.
Like, we're past it now. You know, I've got 6 months left and I can jump into the Masters division. Yeah. Like, you know,
it's the youngsters. We're trying to be there to like push them to potentially be the.
Yeah. Well, when I entered that reorg, the guys, they were. I think the guys in the division were 19, 20 and 22.
They're ripping on footlocks.
And I was like, fucking hell, like, you know, mad. Like, the guy that won the $5,000 comp, 16, you know, like, it's a different level now, you know. I was training at that age, and I don't think.
We say it like we're really old, but then there's people even older than us that are training as well.
Yeah, no, I know that, but
and hopefully John Vickers isn't throwing his keyboard at us right now.
Yeah, like, that's it. Yeah,
listening to us say we're old.
Fair play to him, see, because he went and competed. So it's like,
he doesn't look his age though.
No, he doesn't, and
he looks like he's 29.
I don't think he's physically his age either.
No,
he's a fucking unit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that competitive scene, especially, I think you're a little bit better because you're brown belt, as in like, you know, like there's not going to be many 20-year-old brown belts. So like, as you start to go up to there, like you will be competing against people.
Plus, I'm in Masters, so I'm never going to verse the 20-year-olds.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like,
Fuck that. I can tell you that for a fact.
I'm blue belt, which is probably the hungriest belt level, like, category at the moment. Yeah, and I'm still in adult division, so it's like, I like look at the categories and I'm like, oh, God.
No.
All he's got to do is his paper round in the morning, and I need to go and build an extension tomorrow. So, yeah. But I'm still going to do. I actually fucked up because I was going to compete this weekend in Bristol tomorrow, and I missed. I was supposed to sign up on the 7th, and I forgot it was the 7th, and I missed the date, and I was just going to do it. I said to Matt, I was like, I'm just going to enter it, not tell anyone I'm going to go and compete.
Just do it.
But I missed the registration.
You should have kept that quiet.
Yeah. But so I think my next one. Well, I think my next one will just be Reading now.
At least it's only 20 minutes down the road.
Rock up, get flying armbarred.
7 bone,
get in the car and go home.
Yeah.
All within an hour.
Yeah.
So. yeah, and that's it. And then I think that'll be me done. I always said I wasn't.
What about like Bournemouth Open?
I don't.
Dorset and Hands.
I'll go, but I will. Have I competed at Blue Belt? No.
Don't think so.
So I will compete at Blue Belt. I don't want to compete. I don't want to be a competitor, and then I will. But I think at every belt I will do a competition. So then I will wait then for however long it takes me then to get my purple belt, and then I'll be doing this conversation again where I'll be like, yeah, I'll compete. Like I'll settle in for a year again, and then I
think when I got my purple, I just jumped straight in.
Yeah.
But I think that one was the one where I did the MMA class the day before the competition.
Yeah.
And I blew my hand out. So I went to the competition. My hand was like twice the size. I couldn't grip anything.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, "Don't compete, John. It's pointless." And I was like, "No, it's fine. I'll tape it up."
That event was the one where John Harrison was at work in Winchester, and he like left work, drove down, jumped on the mats, competed.
Oh no, that was the Budapest one.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, I'm talking about a London comp.
Oh right. But yeah, sorry, the Budo one is like when John Harrison was like, he was literally at work, like it pretty much in his lunch break, drove down, competed, and then drove back again.
Yeah, straight after competing.
Yeah, fair play. It was funny. But yeah, so I think give us some feedback on stuff to do with competition, like stuff that can help us as well, you know, like ways of combating nerves, like what do you do to combat the nerves,
and just questions in general.
Yeah,
just any question you got. If you want it to be anonymous, just put at the end anonymous.
Yeah.
If you're worried about someone saying something, and it will be kept quiet. But just any questions. It could be to do with kit, could be to do with techniques, could be to do with injuries.
Yeah. Not saying that we're the people to answer the questions, but we'll make ourselves look like idiots trying.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're about.
Yeah,
we're idiots.
Oh, by the way, Sam's not here. I think
an hour later into the podcast.
He was busy, and I think he's ill now.
Yeah. He did have a bit of a cold yesterday because I went over to see him in Ripley.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
But now it's got a bit worse.
So yeah, no ice cream this week either. I made a cup of tea and forgot we didn't have any milk, so I had to have a black cup of tea. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Ashley.
And we've got sombreros on and we're chilling in the kitchen.
Yeah, but I think I think
that's about time, really.
Probably should go to bed now.
Yeah. I should probably drive home.
Yeah. Let me think of some wisdom.
Quote to end the podcast.
Yeah, what could we say?
That'd be good. Like start doing quotes at the end. For every loss there is a win.
No, we got to think of a good one. I can't.
I thought that was pretty good. Like,
for every loss there is a win.
Yeah, because you lose, but you gain knowledge.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'll give you that one then. You can have this week then.
Yeah, you'll think of one for the next week.
Yeah.
Have you got any? What was the thing you were meant to do? Bring a.
I was meant to learn Japanese.
Japanese.
That literally ended pretty quickly because I couldn't think of anything.
After the second episode.
Yeah.
We should start doing it in Spanish instead.
Just a little thing that's made me laugh about Japanese is, I think this is Japanese. You know what's that? You know, like the throw, like a
Uchimata.
Yeah. Is that Japanese?
I think so, yeah.
Is it?
Pretty sure it is.
Oh, it just made me laugh because the other day...
Judo's Japanese, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
So it must be. This is going to sound so stupid.
Sorry, Sam.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. But I was Yuki the other day, and then Bernie turns around and goes, "Oh, if Mason does an uchi," and I went, "Don't make me show that." I just didn't do it. I was like, "Nah, not today."
Just do something completely different.
Yeah, just pull guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So John's left us with the wisdom.
Yep. Buenos noches. Depending on what time you're listening to this.
Mi gusto amor le judicious.
See.
Right, we need to go.
Yeah, this is going way off course. What do we do now?
We do the.
Is it 3, 2, 1 clap or
no,
bye for now?
Yeah.
Oh, bye for now. Just keep waving.